Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone? So here we are again, another Sunday, and welcome to everyone. Oh, I have quite a few new members this week, which is great and exciting. Welcome to you. And if you don't know, I know you subscribe to the channel, but if you don't know, we do a live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so adjust to wherever you are. And we talk about the news of the week. So this week we're going to do a deep dive into the meeting that Trump is scheduling with Zelenskyy. But there's a twist because there are a lot of world leaders that are backing Zelenskyy that want to be at that meeting. So I'm going to take a look at each one of them and see how they're feeling about how they can bring about a deal to get some peace in Ukraine. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Other than that, I have just a couple of things I want to go through. One is I have a new deck that's coming out. I haven't received it yet, but I want you to take a look at some of the beautiful, let's see, I have to go to here. No, there you go. Some of the beautiful artwork on it. This artwork is paper cut quilling, and all of the images are paper cut. And let me take you one more. I think I have another image here. There we go. This one is also a paper cut design that I used on the cards. So you can see that it's really beautiful work. And quilling is where you take paper and you roll it around like a pencil or something, a tube, and then you make designs out of that. There's a lot of that in there also. So that'll be coming up and available in our merch when we get it. We haven't got it yet. It's on its way. So back to our today's issue. Okay. So we know that Trump met with Putin, and it was really weird because they first of all, they did again, like they have done for so long, screwed up and left papers in the copier in the hotel with lots of sensitive information on it. And what it did tell us was that this meeting was supposed to be really long. It's supposed to have lunch and all kinds of separate meetings, and that didn't happen. So either Trump got his diapers in a twist and decided, forget it, and slammed out of there, didn't get what he wanted, or Putin decided this just wasn't worth his time. He has what he wants, and he's going to continue to push for it, and he doesn't need Trump. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to first go into just those papers. I want to know, let me go back a little bit to just me. I want to know if those papers were left there on purpose or if they were actually an accident. So I'm going to do my pulp tarot cards, which I normally do for political readings. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It started with the Hegseth on the phone calls, getting even his brother-in-law in on him. I mean, crazy stuff. So is this just incompetence, or is somebody trying to send a message? Let's see what we got here. Well, somebody fighting from behind the lines. One person. I would say this wasn't on the US. I would say this was maybe somebody on Putin's end. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. But somebody from behind. So it was an insider. The Page of Swords. It was a little bit of information. It wasn't earth-shattering. It just gave us a little insight into what's going on. The Tower. Although there's going to be quite a bit of fallout from this. This is I keep saying they're looking for who left it. They haven't figured out who left it yet, but it's more consequential than we may think. Because that's the major arcana card that I have here. Oh yeah. They're stealing and hiding things. I saw someone say the other day that this was just, as with anything, a distraction from what's really going on. And that may be true. Let's see what we got. Oh, justice. So maybe it's a way to put a light on what was going on. And temperance. So we're going to, was an insider, right, who let out a little bit of information. But it's causing kind of turmoil. It's like somebody's putting their foot down. Maybe it was on Putin's side, and he's saying, we don't do this. We don't leak information. And they're really looking for this person. And they're hiding. Whether they'll find them or not, or whether the justice will come to that person that led it, or the situation on a whole. And then temperance. It's like, well, I hold down. It wasn't a huge reveal of our plans. It just said that we were left sooner than we expected to. So, it's not worth sending somebody off to never be seen again, but they're definitely looking at a reprimand. Yeah. So they're looking for whoever did that. All right. Well, that's interesting. Let's see what else we can find. Okay. So let me put this up. Let's see, I want to do here and here. Okay. So this meeting that is going to go on with Trump and Zelenskyy, and it's reported that all these world leaders are standing behind Zelenskyy. I don't know if they're physically going to come to that meeting. Some of them may, but I really wanted to go do a deep dive into each one of these people that are backing Zelenskyy, and kind of get their feeling on what's going on. I'm going to try, because I'm going to go for emotions rather than politics. I'm going to try this. It's called my Enchanted Map cards. We'll see what they have to say. If they don't work, we'll go back to Pulp Tarot. Kind of big. I used to use these all the time, but I haven't. And I just rearranged some things and found this deck and thought, oh, maybe I'll use that. Okay. So first I want to go into the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. And it says he last met Trump during the U.S. president's visit to Scotland in July, and he touched down in the UK. Oh, as he touched down in the UK, Trump told reporters, "I like your PM," and has often praised the much-touted UK-US special relationship. Okay, well, let's see how Keir Starmer feels about him. And this meeting that's coming up. Magical map shifter. Yeah, he doesn't trust Trump. He doesn't trust Trump or Putin. And, you know, they can say anything, whether it's true or not. I mean, he didn't think it is. He wants to be there because he wants to know what went on in the meeting and not just get the spin that they've decided to put on it. Yeah, he may be one of the key players that brought all of these people together. This is says come together. We'll go back to this. Wait a minute. Come together. And a 3 card on him. The outcome is Wizard of Awareness. He's really cautious, and he's really definitely looking for clarity. And, you know, all the smoke and mirrors that Trump puts up all the time, and Putin too. You know, these guys want to know the truth. They want to hold him to it. And let's go to the next one. That's Keir Starmer. So let's go to, I'm trying to figure out the one that makes it so that I can see it better. And it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, there we go. The next one is Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Now, she last visited the White House in April. The pair famously enjoyed a good relationship and have lavished praise on one another. Trump has called her a fantastic woman who has really taken Europe by storm. She was also the only European leader to attend his, I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's put some cards on Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia. She's Italian. It's got to be a beautiful, melodic sounding name. Okay, let's pull 3 cards here. Oh my gosh. The same card. Oh, wait a minute. Get it so you can see it. The same card. The Wizard of Awareness. Oh, these guys are all on the same page. I swear I shuffled these cards. Magical shapeshifter. They do not trust either Putin or Trump. Oh, but she's a little bit more aggressive. She wants to clean house. Okay? She may look like she has good relationships with Trump, but she's going to make sure everything is in order. She's one of those people that's organized and efficient, and she's not going to take any guff from these fellas. Very interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now, the next one is German Chancellor Fredrich Metz. A month after becoming German Chancellor, Metz flew to the White House, where he curried favor with the president by presenting Trump with a birth certificate for his grandfather, Fredrich, Trump's grandfather, who was born in Bavaria. Well, that's nice. Okay, Fredrich, let's see what you got. Fredrich Metz. Okay. First one is movement. Go back here. Movement. He's tired of this ongoing issue in close to them. They're tired of Putin, just taking what he wants and doing what he wants, and they're tired of this war, and they're backing Zelenskyy. So the next is slow and steady. He's got a real calming attitude to this. He wants progress. He wants steady progress. It doesn't have to be fast. He just wants to make sure that it's solid and it's going to stay. So that's what his goal is. And the bone collector. He wants an end to this. He's ready. I mean, take a look at this. He is ready for this to end, and he wants a good, solid agreement. He's not going to take any BS, but he definitely wants it to end. And he thinks that this is a great piece of progress for them all to be meeting instead of sending Zelenskyy out there on his own. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Okay. Finnish President Alexander Stubb shares the president's love of golf. The two even played a round together at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida back in March. On the unofficial visit, the pair also discussed Ukraine and Finnish relations with the U.S. over lunch. So President Alexander Stubb of Finland. Alexander Stubb of Finland. Ooh, okay. They want me to cut the card or to shuffle this way. I don't know why. Oh, I see. They wanted one jumped right out. They wanted it. Okay, let's see what jumped out. It is, rock bottom. Rock bottom. They've had it with this. They've had it with this war. It's been dragging on too long. Gentle gardener. He's really a peaceful guy. I mean, he wants peace. He's not really a warmonger type of guy. And he's just, he would like to solve his differences by talking them out. And he's very against war. But he hasn't really said a whole lot, but he's coming to life, this is. So his energy has been ignited. They've been going to these NATO meetings over and over and over and listen to the yeah. And he's done. He's done. He's ready to do something drastic. So to them, going in all together is a drastic move. Okay, let's see who else is going to the meeting. Let's see, can I go back to? No, it's the next one. That one. Okay. Emmanuel Macron. The French president, he developed an unlikely rapport with Trump during his first presidency, and Macron continued to praise Trump on a White House trip in February. And he even conceded that Trump was right to establish a relationship with Putin. Macron's a funny guy. I think what he presents to the world isn't necessarily what he believes, but he definitely knows how to play Trump. So, oh, here we go. This says metamorphosis. Yes, he's ready for things to, oh, here we go. He's ready for things to change. He is definitely ready. They're all just exhausted over there with this. You know, that's what Trump does. He exhausts everybody in his sphere. Yeah, this is coming apart. Macron is one of the key players that keeps this together. So he does not want this coming apart. And so I think that's why he's pulled them all together. And ride the wave. They see that Trump is on his heels, and they're going to get in there while they can and continue. I'm going to pull one more on Macron. Ooh, Stormfields. I think at this meeting, Macron is going to be very adamant about exactly what the NATO and the European Union want to have happen. And I don't think Trump's going to like it. So I don't think he's necessarily going to like that everybody is coming there. Although you have to remember that Trump still has this in his head. He's the big peacemaker, right? He wants that Nobel Peace Prize. And so we'll see how that goes. Darn, he might get it if he can get all these guys on the same page. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this and see what we can find. So then NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte famously commended Daddy Trump's handling of the Israel-Iran conflict, and Trump has praised NATO under Rutte's leadership after its members committed to boost defense spending to 5% of GDP. Mark Rutte. Peaks of joy. Yes, he's really happy that this is happening. I had high hopes for Mark Rutte in the beginning. I thought NATO would be stronger, but maybe he just couldn't get them to be all on the same page. Some wanted to wait, some didn't. I think that he's really happy that this is happening. Again, they all see Trump as weak right now. So let's see what comes of that. Oh, he's ecstatic over this. He's flying. He got them all together. And compass. He thinks they're going in the right direction. This is the right direction. This is what should have been doing all along. He's really, really on cloud nine about this. I think he's really optimistic that they can, they've always been behind Zelenskyy, but they've never been willing as a group to step out and say it. So I think he's wow. And his hopes are wide open. Mark. So Mark Rutte. very happy and optimistic about this. Okay, let's go back and see who else. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has haggled with Trump over his proposed tariffs on the EU. The two met at his Turnberry golf course where a trade deal between the two, let me see if I can get, where a trade deal between the two was agreed last month. Trump said in response, "It's going to bring us closer together. It's a partnership in a sense." Well, I don't know what sense, but I guess we'll find out. Ursula von der Leyen. That's Ursula von der Leyen. How is she feeling about this meeting between Ukraine and Trump? Zelenskyy and Trump with a bunch of backers. Okay, here we go. Magic stream. Yeah, she thinks, that, again, it's all coming downstream. It's all, she thinks that, it starts with this group and they work it out. And she's very happy with that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that one wants to jump out. Oh, yeah. She says it's been a dry desert. It's been, she's been kind of a lone voice to urge for this to happen. That's surprising because I haven't heard much of her, but I really feel like this is what she wanted all along. Again, she wanted people to come together, and it just wasn't the right timing, but now it seems to be, although she still believes there are a lot of secrets that are being kept from everyone, from Trump about the meeting, secrets that Putin and Trump have come up with, secrets that Zelenskyy has. This is not a done deal in the very, very least. It's definitely a work in progress, but it is progress. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, we're done with her. Let's go here. Let's see. There we go. So that's all of the people that are scheduled to back Zelenskyy at this meeting. I hope that they all attend and actually physically back him rather than just send a letter or a, envoy of theirs. So I'm hoping that all these world leaders getting behind Zelenskyy is a good thing. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the meeting itself, and we'll see what it says. Oh, it doesn't look good. Here we go. Let me go here first. We have ghost lands. They're going in there and wanting a deal, and it's all the old stuff over and over and over. It's the ancient history. It's, how people fight. They have an argument, and then 20 years later, they can't let it go. And that's kind of what this is. It's like, really? Come on, let's just get on with it. Let's put a new world together. Let's all get along, la da 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 da. And the old history ghosts are all over this meeting. Putin wants his historic lands back, and I mean, he's not budging. I don't feel any budging with him. And we have Stormfields. That's the next one, Stormfields. They're going to go and make a show of it, but, you know, at least the world will see that they're being backed by NATO and the EU. They're really serious. They're going to back him militarily too, but I don't see stuck in the mud. It's not going to come out with a peace deal. Now, what they've said is they want what is it they said? It says, this is seen as a move to show a united front and support Ukraine. But they want a peace agreement rather than a ceasefire, and continue support for sanctions against Putin. They want an Article 5-like security guarantee for Ukraine. So what is Article 5? Article 5 is the cornerstone of NATO, the North American Treaty Organization. And it was the founding document. And it says that an armed attack against one is an armed attack against all. So they may be escalating. Or at least in their rhetoric, they're escalating. Okay, I have this one final slide here. It said, while Zelenskyy and his allies discuss the upcoming meeting with Trump, Putin has been turning to his own close supporters. Putin held a phone call with Belarusian President Alexander Lushenko and Kazakhstan President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, and I'm sure I butchered those names, but don't worry about it, earlier today to brief them on the meeting with Trump in Alaska. Lushenko's office says Putin discussed the talks with him in detail, while Tokayev congratulated Putin for the results of the meeting. A statement from the Kazakhstan presidency says, adding that he considers the summit worthwhile. Okay, so now we have two Russian backers of Trump. Oh, no, I'm sorry, of Putin. Let's see who they are again. The Belarusian President Lushenko. So let's pull some cards on Lushenko and see if he's willing to back Putin even more in Ukraine against the NATO. Do they think they have enough power to overtake NATO? Are they planning to start a World War III? What's going on here? Lushenko. Yeah, he's not really too into it. I mean, yeah, he says, I have problems of my own. And of course, we're allies, but, I don't really want a world war. I don't think I'd win in that situation. And next we have the cleaning house again. He'd like to see that. He wants Putin to do it. He don't really want to be involved. So let's see what else we got. Yeah, there's some movement. Oh, follow the leader. Yeah, he's not going to change alliances, but he's not really thrilled about going to a war. He's already got trouble on his own borders. He doesn't want to push it anymore. He's got enough resources out there in the world sphere. Okay, let's see what we got going on here with who's the next one. We did, okay, the Kazakhstan president, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. Let's do him. Sorry, I have a little itch. Protecting treasure. Kazakhstan. Is it Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan. Okay. So they think that they're protecting their own stuff by aligning with Trump, who they see as a very strong leader. They're protecting their own stuff. Let's see what the next one is. Intention. Yeah, very strong intention to back Putin. And deep freeze. Yeah, they're not moving. They're frozen solid. They're a solid partner for Putin. All right, now I'm going to do an ultimate outcome for this meeting. Sorry. I think I'm going to do it with the other cards, with my Pope Tarot cards. So what do you think? Is anything going to come of this meeting with Trump and Zelenskyy? Are they going to make any progress? Are they going to, is Trump going to be intimidated by all of the support that Zelenskyy has? Or is he going to be, I don't really know how to put it, like a baby, like, oh, you got all your friends, and, it's like playing dodgeball, who's going to get picked? And he's the last one picked. You know how you feel that way? You feel there are all these people who claim to like and support me, but they're liking and supporting Zelenskyy. Oh, there's going to be some small wins. There's going to be some wins here. Interesting. Okay. Small wins. They're strong. The alliance is strong. The NATO is strong. This is about the meeting itself. So I think they're going to have a strong meeting. They're going to show a force of strength that Trump hasn't seen from them individually, but as a unit. I don't know how he's going to react to that, but that's what's they're showing. The Chariot, things are going to move fast at the meeting and after the meeting, I think. There's still a lot of things that are hidden, that are going on behind the scenes. There's a planning, and somebody is vulnerable. So I assume that's Zelenskyy is vulnerable, and that the planning is hopefully the planning. I mean, they're doing all this planning without him. So this is really a chance for him to come in and shine, and he will. And I think Trump is going to get an education. So I'm going to pull just a couple more clarifying cards because I believe that I want to know an education in what. Okay, yes, the support, the fighting, the infighting that's going to be going on between, not necessarily infighting, but the fighting over, we want this in the peace agreement, we want this in the peace agreement. So they're fighting over details. And it's not going to go good for Trump. It's not going to go his way. But I believe that there will be some sort of an agreement that comes out of this. It may not be what everybody wants, but I think there's going to be some sort of agreement. Here is the Six of Cups. They are sharing. They're going to agree on some things. Now, whether those can be implemented, whether they can get, now Putin's not in this meeting, so, this group could actually help Trump if he takes their help. And they're going to try to educate him on how to deal with this. Now, these are all very smart people, as he would say, high IQ. However, he only knows how to negotiate like it's a real estate deal. I'll give you so much for this property and so much for that, and we'll swap this and we'll swap that. And that's not how political negotiations go. So it'll be interesting to see how Trump reacts to this group and how this group is going to put pressure on him. So that's my reading for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen in this meeting? This is for entertainment purposes only, and I enjoy bringing these to you. And I hope that you'll like, share, and comment if it's been helpful or enjoyable to you in any way. And please keep your eye on not what they say, but what they do. Until next week, bye-bye.